All right, so we begin by looking at what I like to call a group of nostalgia. Okay, so we know the countries in this World Cup. We know the possible matchups, but now to really look at it in more detail. Yeah, this is it. The road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup officially kicks off now. Now we know, or we can predict what's going to happen in more detail. And starting off with A, which is quite an interesting one. South Africa, Mexico, South Korea, or Korea Republic in this case. Um, and then have the winners of the UEFA playoff round. Whoever makes it out of that group, Denmark, North Macedonia, Czechia, or Czech Republic, and Ireland in this case, or Ireland. Um, yeah, so there's a bit of nostalgia here with South Africa and Mexico meeting in the opening game of this particular World Cup. Um, Goes back to the 2010 World Cup. I remember that one, especially as a 12-year-old, where the games, the atmosphere, and everything regarding that World Cup in particular, from the music put out by Shakira and Keenan to the Jabulani, was the official match ball, to the vuvuzelas in the stadiums. There was this mystique and magic about the 2010 World Cup, and we can expect it again. Or we can expect a bit of it in this game between South Africa and Mexico. Bringing back that feeling from the start of that opening game, which took place almost well over a decade ago from now. Um, Unlike the 2010 opening game, this one will be quite different because you don't have Rafael Marquez in this um match. You don't have Javier Hernandez in this match as well. In the case of South Africa, you don't have Sifiwe Chabalala for this game. So it is a different breed, a different, for want of a better word, generation of players take taking stage in this opening game and in this whole particular edition of the World Cup. South Korea obviously have Son and a couple of other good players who are Premier League proven players. And with regards to whoever comes out of the playoff round to be the fourth team, whether it's Denmark, North Macedonia, Czechia, or Ireland in this case, Ireland in this case, it is hard to predict right now what's likely to happen. But I will try to give my takes on this. So, effectively, what do I see coming in first place? I think based on based on what I've seen in general in the first game between South Africa and Mexico, Mexico might come out on top. But then again, you never know. Here's the case where South Africa and its national team players, most of them actually play their football within South Africa. So we don't really know what types of qualities they have on the world when it comes to world stage football. We've only seen them in the Afcons mostly. So it will be interesting to see what they bring on in this edition of the World Cup, and especially with their return to the World Cup, since they haven't actually played in one since 2010. With Mexico, they have been in the World Cup several times in the past. Within this past 10 years, from 2010 to till now, 2026. So they have more experience going into this. So based on experience, I do believe they come out on top in that first opening game. Now, when it comes to the next matches, if they should run into South Korea in this case, I think South Korea might come up on top. So, in connection to South Korea's first match, whether it's with Denmark or if it turns out to be against Czechia or possibly, let's just say, Ireland in this case. But most likely, I expect Denmark to come out of this group, come out of the playoff group to then represent the fourth team in this group. So, hypothetically speaking, if South Korea actually play Denmark or let's say Turkey or again North Macedonia or an Ireland in this case, they will still come out on top in their opening game for this group, which would mean the second game could be the decider for this group. I haven't actually checked the next like the second games for this group yet, but based on what I'm seeing, should Mexico and South Korea play their match in the next game or possibly the third game, I think South Korea would still come out on top on that one, based on the fact that they have um, more how can I say more key players in this matchup. Um, that can make a difference. So yeah, South Korea comes on up in first place. In second place would have to be Mexico, and if and only if Denmark make it through, then they might come in third. But if not, then I can see South Africa coming in third place, and they might actually qualify into the next round if they manage to become one of the best third place teams in this World Cup. So yeah, South Korea first, Mexico second, and South Africa third. That only depends on if either Denmark, yeah, it most likely if Denmark makes it through. If not, then South Africa, yeah, South Africa could secure third place in this group. But yeah, South Korea first, Mexico second, South Africa third. Again, depending on if Denmark make it. If Denmark make it through, they might come in fourth. If not, then yeah, South Africa should be able to make it in third place, and they could also potentially make it through to the knockout stage in this group if they manage to become one of the best third place teams in this World Cup. So yeah, the first game is a throwback to 2010. And if it turns out the way I expect it to, it will bring that nostalgia from that old World Cup into this one too as well.